Now, as Joe Biden continues his border standoff with the state of Texas, a group of Republican governors, well, they headed to the Lone Star State this past weekend to show their support. Frankly, I think there would have been a showdown if that didn't happen. All the Republican governors supporting Greg Abbott. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem was one of the first. She made her own visit to the border last week. She pledged to send troops and razor wire to help Texas. Governor Noem has aligned herself with President Trump on the border issue. By the way, this past weekend, during an interview with Maria Bartiromo on Sunday Morning Futures, guess what? Trump said, yep, confirmed what I had asked her a number of times. And in fact, Kristi Noem is on the short list to be his running mate. Take a look.
But that has nothing to do, I don't want anybody to take even any inference, but it's incredible. Kristi Noem has been incredible fighting for me. She said I'd never run against him because I can't beat him. That was a very nice thing to say.
All right, here with more. Author of the new book, No Going Back, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem is with us. Governor, first, before we get to the question you know I have to ask and want to ask about Trump and maybe being chosen as VP, his running mate, I don't think Governor Abbott would have been able to withstand whatever that deadline meant to Joe Biden had it not been for you and Ron DeSantis and Youngkin, all the Republican governors. They all deserve credit that stood by Governor Abbott's side. If you didn't stand with him in solidarity, I'm not sure Biden wouldn't have precipitated a real crisis down there.
Yeah, Sean, I went the actual day that showdown was supposed to happen. People asked me why, when I heard the news, I immediately the next day was at the border. And it was because of what I heard Democrats encouraging the president to do. They were encouraging President Biden to activate our National Guard soldiers so that they would stand down. He actually was going to take control of our South Dakota National Guard and actually activate them so that they would not protect America. So recognizing the real threat that was to states' rights and how that would be the first time in history a president would pay a soldier to not fight, to not protect our country, made me show up in Texas the next day to let Governor Abbott know I'm here. South Dakota is with you. We will defend our Constitution. We will defend our rights, because the last several years we've seen the Democrats take away our freedom of religion, our freedom of assembly, our freedom of speech. We can't let them take away our states' rights, too, especially our right to protect ourselves.
All right, let me ask you about the interview that President Trump had with Maria Bartiromo, and he made those comments about you and the vice presidency. Hypothetically, I've asked you that question a number of times. Well, I said you'd be on everybody's short list. I believe that to be true now. But he specifically mentioned you and Tim Scott. What's your reaction?
Well, I mean, that's kind of him. I support President Trump's policies.
That's kind of him.
I mean, it's kind of him. I mean, he really just said I was well, he and I talk quite often, and he's a man who has strong policies and always puts America first. And that's my priority, too. At the end of the day, no matter what policy you're talking about, it has to be fighting for America first, or else there's no other place in this world we can go and live a better life and have more opportunities. So, I was very kind of him to say that. And he always is fun to listen to. I don't know how long his short list is. He may have 50 people on his short list. Who knows? But I think he should pick somebody that will tell him the truth, be a good partner, and that will help him win, because he absolutely needs to win for the sake of our future.
Well, I'll say this. If the question was ever brought to me or my name was brought up, I'd be like Maximus to Marcus Aurelius. Do you not accept this great honor? With all my heart, no. I don't need that headache. But the national media is brutal to whoever that person will be. We see how they treat President Trump. We see how every Republican pretty much is treated. But we've got, well, just, 273 days until Election Day. Governor, great to have you. I appreciate all that you, I appreciate all that that you and the other governors have done to support Governor Abbott.